Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture.
Not what I heard.
He's Adam Cleary from WhatCulture. Coming up today, major updates to tell you about this Sunday's Clash of Champions pay-per-view.
There's a whole big goddamn mess with NXT and Kevin Owens and Chad Gable and the King of the Ring, and we'll just get to it all when we get to it all. It's just one big thing. It's a mess.
This is the news.
Yes,
but we start off with Triple H shooting on AEW. Well, sort of shooting. He talks about them.
Close enough to shooting that we can put the word shooting in the headline.
Yeah, I think
cool,
so. He was having an interview alongside his good buddy Shawn Michaels with Yahoo Sports recently to talk about the launch of NXT on the USA Network. And he sort of hinted about NXT paving the way for AEW. He said, if you talk about the upstart... they didn't use their name anywhere here. What they're going out and saying is that they're an alternative. We were that alternative 5 years ago. We opened the door for being an alternative. We opened the door to show people that it can be done on a bigger level and on a different basis. As far as being the alternative, great. Go put out the best show you can put out. And we'll put out the best show we can put out.
You dropped that on the floor there. He does salvage that at the end by basically getting down to the very core message of what this whole thing should be. AEW, go out and put out the best show you can. NXT, go out and put out the best show you can. That should be what it's all about. But just calling them the upstart, which for some reason just sounds like the infidel to me, and then being like, well, there was no alternative to WWE ever until NXT came along.
Yeah.
So how dare you also try and do that thing? It's
you bloody upstart.
I think Triple H should probably take a long, hard look at where all the talent from NXT over those 5 years has come from, because none of it's come from WWE, and pretty much all of the big stars in it arrived, like, not quite as the finished article, but certainly as very competent professional wrestlers.
Yeah, you didn't need to do a lot of, rounding off of Samoa Joe's character, for example.
No, or Shinsuke Nakamura's.
No,
there's probably quite a lot.
Sami Zayn, or Kevin Steen,
or Kevin Owens, or Seth Rollins, or basically Triple H. I'd like to think he's playing a bit of a character there. I don't think he is. I think this probably does get to him ever so slightly, but I'm gonna give him a pass on all this, because he does end up coming back to the whole point of all this, which is just put on good show here, put on good show there, then we can all just watch lots of good wrestling.
But it is like saying, I don't want to start an argument, but screw you. But I don't want to start an argument here. It's like you still said the thing that you've said. Also, interesting rumor doing the rounds at the moment, not confirmed by anyone. But the rumour is, we were reporting the other day that they're getting rid of takeovers.
Yeah.
The rumour is the takeovers will be coming back, just only whenever AEW have a pay-per-view on.
Whoa.
When's the next takeover? When's bloody Full Gear? Yeah, whenever that is.
God, that's absolutely good. I thought it might be because it's a network thing. Like if your TV channel,
that makes
your
sense.
TV channel hosts NXT, and you're constantly building towards these storylines with these big payoff matches for these traditionally critically acclaimed centerpiece moments of WWE's yearly programming, and you go, you can't have that. Actually, we're going to put that on our streaming service. So
that's mine.
Thanks for building up all these stories towards that, but we're just going to put that on our subscription. $9.99 for us, not
Thanks
for
for all
you.
the money, though.
Yeah, so I kind of thought it might be more something to do with that, and that they would end up going on maybe pay-per-view, or maybe having something to do with the TV network. But that's really gross. That's really, really gross. And you can't stand there and be like, oh, well, if you want to go be the alternative, or we're actually the alternative. He's basically saying that if they go put TakeOver on the same time as all the AEW players, they're the alternative to the alternative now. That's so gross. That's so gross. Why make people choose? You can't stand there and be like, you go put on the best show you can, and we'll go put on the best show you can, but we'll make people choose which one they have to watch.
This isn't a war, but pick a side.
Yes, that's basically it, the dick. Speaking of war, I'm about to go to war with WWE over this absolutely dunderheaded, half-arsed decision with what to do with the King of the Ring final. I was so stoked when they announced King of the Ring was coming back, and then even more stoked when I saw the people who were going to be involved, then even more stoked when I started watching the matches, and they were all these great one-off potential storyline building, but if not, individual showcasing spectaculars. They were all great.
One of the best tournaments they've ever done, this.
Easily, comfortably, easily the best one they've done on the main roster in, let's say, since the last time they took King of the Ring seriously.
Tell you what, I cannot wait for the final. This Sunday, Clash of Champions.
Nah, my friend, no, they are not putting the King of the Ring final on Clash of Champions. It seems like such a great thing because, you know, you've got all these matches with all these title holders and someone's going to become the champion of the King of the Ring tournament.
Crowning new champions at Clash of Champions.
They were going to do that. It seemed tailor-made for all of that, and the fact that it ran perfectly, ending on the go-home Raw and SmackDown right before Clash of Champions, should have told you that's where that fight was going to be, wasn't it? It's Chad Gable versus Baron Corbin on Monday Night Raw.
What?
They're going to do it on Monday Night Raw after they bumped it off the card, and we'll now get Chad Gable versus Baron Corbin on the Raw after Clash of Champions to crown the King of the Ring. I don't understand why they've done this.
A lot of things yesterday pissed me off.
We'll try and go through it all. Basically, for a start, shout out to Chad Gable, who's just become like a secondary character in his own greatest moment on WWE's main roster. But it was announced yesterday that Elias was having to pull out of his King of the Ring qualifying match through injury.
Ankle injury,
or something like that. And Shane McMahon appeared on SmackDown to announce that there would be a replacement. And we were like, ooh, who could it be? Obviously not going to be Shane McMahon, because we basically made this joke the whole way through that someone would get injured and Shane McMahon would step in and win. Isn't it easy to book WWE? And he said that it could be anybody from Raw or from SmackDown, someone who's been eliminated in the tournament already, or someone who hasn't even had a chance yet. It was like, ooh, could we be getting a surprise return? Could this be how they do all manner of interesting things? No, it was Shane McMahon. It was Shane
Allegedly,
McMahon.
it was going to be like some sort of battle royal, and then Vince McMahon just went, "No, give it to Shane.
You do it, my son, my blood. You do it."
Yeah.
And then he brought out Kevin Owens as a special guest referee and implied heavily that if he did his job correctly, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and that $100,000 fine currently hanging over him would go away. So. Then it was just such a mess. He beat him. He got the mad German suplex finisher that he's got, and he beat him. And McMahon was like, "No, it's too hard. He falls." And then
I thought, Kevin's going to screw him now.
And then he was fast counting for Shane. He was trying to do it and slow counting for Gable. So Gable took matters into his own hands, literally put him in an ankle lock, tapped him out, and that was it. So Shane McMahon fired him through a bloody mouth, because if he's not leaking from his head, he's leaking from his veins. And then.
Kevin Owens has been fired.
Kevin Owens was fired,
and he's had his balls chopped off.
But it's not, I've forgotten the numbers already, it's not the end of the world though, because Kevin Owens was fired, and what did he do? He immediately tweeted, "Please Twitter, don't reset the app. I had this open." Oh, of course he has. He went and tweeted the numbers.
Whatever numbers.
14, 24, 20, I think
you might be right on that one.
14, 24, 20. Yes! He went and tweeted 14, 24, 20, and a lot of Americans were like, what date is this? The 24th of Marchuary? But no, if you actually take the letters that spells out, it is NXT. Which is weird. Now, again, not to have a go at Americans here, but surely if he was doing like the date format, then it would have been NTX.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it? I don't really understand.
Know.
Or TX, whatever. But yeah, he appears to be teasing that he could be going back to NXT. We have heard a lot of rumours that there's going to be some stars on the main roster going to be ferried back into NXT to basically make the brand feel more of an elite level product, make it feel less like developmental, make it feel more like the actual third brand. And Owens would be a great shout, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
It's a shame to see him move off the main roster just when he's finally starting to get his teeth into it, but my God, Kevin Owens back in NXT.
He's the perfect addition to that NXT roster, in my opinion.
A former champion.
I mean, the way they're doing it is completely arse backwards by having Shane fire him. Kevin Owens never sort of give him his comeuppance. I know McMahon's never getting their comeuppance is kind of the done thing.
I will say, though, that this Owens-McMahon storyline felt done. I do not need to wait around for Owens to stunner him again just to feel like I've had a payoff.
I realise you're trying to drag it out till Hell in a Cell, but please, God, let it be over.
Like, it is now. He's going back to NXT, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like he is going to go back to NXT, but at the same time, they'll be like, "But I'm not done with you yet, despite the fact that I openly complied to what you asked me to do on SmackDown." I
just feel if Owens has been screwed and fired, he should have literally gone to the hard cam and gone,
"Ooh, yeah."
That would have been good. That would have been really good.
Right, let's quickly talk about Clash of Champions. As we mentioned, the King of the Ring final is off the card, but one match has been added, the United States Championship match we all anticipated after Monday Night Raw. AJ Styles will face Cedric Alexander.
It's going to be...
Yeah, from the brief things we saw from them on Raw, great stuff. And there has been a slight change to the Roman versus Rowan, I'm sure I won't mess that up on Sunday, match, of course, which is all the whodunit thing and Rowan hit Roman with a jib last night. A jib. That's what they have the big cameras on, apparently. I don't know, they said it. And it's now been made a no DQ match. Oh. So, you know, if anyone wanted to interfere, who maybe was the mastermind behind the whole Roman attack,
it wouldn't cost, yeah.
They could, just putting it out there for you, Daniel Bryan. Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture of course, if you want to get in touch. Harrison Hess.
Sorry, that did not deserve the pot that got, but yeah, fair enough.
Harrison Hess starts off with saying, so with a decided lack of Wyatt/Fiend on air on SmackDown tonight. Yeah, where the hell was he? Oh, I'll tell you where he was. Do you know where he was?
He was on the dark thing at the end, beating up the B.
Wrestling the B team because they're brothers. He says, is it safe to assume that the whole 11:19 clock bit on Raw was nothing more than a red herring to drive Marks crazy, or is there still something to it?
Well, there was an interesting comment put on our video yesterday when we mentioned it had gone to 11:19. Somebody pointed out that actually spells Gill. There go, Dwayne Gill.
Does spell Gill.
Does spell Gill. So Gilberg.
Gilberg's returning.
He's going to feud with Gilberg.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, fighting the B team's anything to go by, it makes sense.
That's all I've got. The thing is, they haven't done too many red herrings with the Fiend. It's all kind of...
Well, because they have to, because the whole Bray Wyatt thing is he would promise stuff and never deliver on it.
Yeah. The whole idea behind this thought that he's got creative control over all of this, it's not the kind of thing he's done with the character so far. He hasn't laid loads of... Everything's had a good meaning behind it. So I find it very hard to believe that there's just nothing in it. And the fact that he's on the dark match... Is he going to attack Austin? He's talking about a rattlesnake. Is he going to attack The Undertaker? He's literally sort of got the date there for his debut. It feels weird not to deliver on any of that.
Imagine if you were in the crowd last night at MSG and said, like, I've got a mate who works backstage at WWE and Bray Wyatt is definitely here tonight. It's happening.
I've got another mate who's backstage tonight and he says that Bo Dallas is lacing his boots, yeah?
Oh my God. Are we going to really get the dream match? I think they are still going to have The Fiend attack The Undertaker. I don't know where, I don't know when, but I'm sure we'll meet again some sunny day. Joshua Bagwell gives us our second question of the day.
To Mr. and Mrs. Bagwell, a son.
Buff? Joshua, Buff's brother. He said he noticed the AEW chants after Shane fired Owens on SmackDown. He asks, are fans getting sick of this authority figure shtick?
Oh, they'd stop doing it, surely, if they thought fans were getting sick of it. Stephanie McMahon said they've got the greatest barometer in the world for knowing what's over and what's not. They've got the WWE universe. They know, unlike regular TV shows that have to just kind of assume what people are thinking, they know exactly how impassioned and how interested people are by everything they do. So surely if people were getting sick of the McMahon authority angle, they would have, the crowd would have let them know and they would have stopped doing it. Idiot.
Are you saying boo or boo-er?
I think he's saying boo, this is great.
AEW is pretty awesome, right, guys? Final question today comes from Buxom.
To Mr. and Mrs. Buxom, a son, Buxom.
Who says, Eric Rowan gets to...
Someone in the comments would be like, stop doing that, I hate it. And to them I will say, why, it's good.
Yeah. His question is, Eric Rowan gets to shoot a promo and surprise, he's actually okay. Is this WWE cutting back from scripts, or are we just going to see Rowan getting buried and left behind?
Yes, we reported that. They're cutting back on scripted promos. Do you not watch this every day?
I'm really happy for Rowan. He's obviously been given a bit of agency around the whole Daniel Bryan thing, and now he's, in theory, breaking out on his own until Daniel Bryan shows up on Sunday.
I'm happy for Rowan getting to do that. I'm happy for Sasha Banks getting to do that. I'm happy for Bayley getting to do that. I'm happy for Daniel Bryan getting to do that. I'm happy for Kevin Owens getting to do that. I'm happy for Bray Wyatt getting to do that. I'm happy for every single person who's taken off the leash and allowed to cut promos they feel give them better agency and fit with their characters better, until the moment someone gets cancelled live on Raw and they're never allowed to do it again.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Exactly what's going to happen.
Hulk Hogan!
Let's move on swiftly on to today's, and finally. When wrestlers post stuff online, there's always the odd, let's just call it what it is, beg comment.
Is this a woman wrestler?
It is a woman wrestler.
Right.
Can you guess who it is?
Literally any of them.
You just said her name.
Bayley.
No.
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks.
Right, I will say, there is, and if you're one of them, please stop. Every time a woman signs up for Twitter, they are assigned what's known as a random reply guy, right? Who is a man who they don't know, but will follow them and then reply to everything they say, which is like, haha, so funny. Like completely innocuous, inane comments.
That's me for Titus O'Neil.
It is you for Titus O'Neil, but Titus O'Neil probably doesn't feel sexually threatened by you at any point.
Definitely not.
Whereas every woman who signs up for this gets, if you're an attractive woman, you might get 5.
So anyway, she posted a photo. I think she thinks it's from Instagram.
Is this her random reply guy?
I think so. She just posted a photo saying rent's due, hashtag the blueprint, hashtag the boss, usual that sort of thing. And someone replied, Honest Abe 1993 replied.
Mr. and Mrs. 1993, his son, Honest.
He says, I just found out you are married and it broke my heart. So Sasha replied, like you had a chance, stay broke. More of that sort of thing, please. Let us know your thoughts on that and all of today's news stories in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasting.
Sorry, can we just go back to that? Is that how she spells?
Yeah.
PF.
Yeah, it's PFFT, isn't it? Stay broke.
Stay broke.
You can send us Twitter questions at WhatCultureWWE, and you can follow both of us. You can follow him at
Adam Cleary, CLERY.
You can follow me at Adam Wilborn. As I said, follow us all at WhatCultureWWE. My thanks to Adam Cleary. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.
Goodbye.